outside the famous old Carisma unit.
Oh, what, the one in Colchester?
Yeah.
Where they did Pimp My Ride and everything?
Where
all those amazing cars?
All the amazing cars. Do you want to see what it looks like now?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Oh,
that's a bit shit.
that is a bit
Nice
shit.
BM though. Ooh. Nice, nearly
So-
standard BM.
Yeah, it is nearly
Sorry.
standard. Nice wheels though.
Thanks very much, new wheels.
Yeah, so that's where a lot of the magic happened.
Yeah, remember them big shutter doors? I think they had Pimp My Ride stuff on them back in the day, didn't they?
Yeah.
And there would have been loads of modified
they?
cars parked up. Yeah, I think they had some like graffiti on the doors and stuff.
Okay.
What do you think?
Pretty dull looking now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
afraid so, mate.
I wonder what they do.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they still around here somewhere? Or?
Well, I don't know. Christmas shut down.
Oh, sorry, did I? Oh,
No.
else?
I can smell. Smells like dead cows.
Oh, that look. Oh, that
It's that
leathery
leather
smell.
smell. Let's follow our noses. I reckon we'll find something.
Come on in.
All right, let's go. I can smell something.
Sounds leathery, innit?
It does smell a bit leathery.
Dead cows in there somewhere.
Right, let's go in this door here.
Let's go
See
have a
what's
butcher's.
going on. Oh yeah, that's pretty leathery.
That and the glue they used to stick it all together.
Hold on a sec. Who's that through there? I recognise them boys.
It's them boys, innit? It's them Carisma boys. Here we are.
Right, we're ready.
Here we are with some old chums.
So look, we seem to have found some people that some of you may recognise, some of you may not. As an introduction, these are the Carisma boys. Missing probably the most famous one, but these guys, introduce yourselves.
Hello people, I'm Stuart, otherwise known as Bluey.
And I'm Stuart, also known as Junior.
Oh, he was the babe of the bunch, wasn't he?
I'm the
Two
little,
Stuarts, that's why they got nicknames.
Yeah.
Makes it easy to remember then.
Yeah.
Don't
That
like
is
what
true.
they called me either. A lot of the time.
What was they called?
T-boy.
T-boy, yeah. And also, thanks very much for this.
Yeah, it's not the best tea, to be fair. You're
coffee.
better at trimming now, aren't you? It is coffee, isn't it? Right, there you go.
So, you're still trimming then?
Yes, but no. I've just had to stop because I've got arthritis in my hands.
And a dog bite on your nose.
And yes, don't forget the dog bite on my nose or severe acne.
Oh, vicious poodle, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Vicious poodle. But your hands, yeah, like years of trimming. So you were at Carisma when you were 16?
Yeah, I actually started there when I was 15. I'd done work experience there.
Nice.
And then they
Beats Tesco's, doesn't it?
Yeah. It certainly introduced me to a life of havoc.
Yeah.
But it was good. Yeah, really enjoyed it, and they just couldn't get rid of me after a while.
We did try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
He only started out as a 2-week trial.
Yeah, genuinely did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get rid of him after that.
Well, you just moved in, didn't leave at the end of the day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or was so comatose by the partying that he couldn't move. And so you've been there for, you were there right from the early days?
Not right from the early days, but within the early years, yeah. Back at the days of the little lock-up round the back of the garage.
Yeah, so Carisma, I mean, everyone always talks about Carisma saying like it's this great big like thing, and obviously you guys went on to do Pimp My Ride and stuff, but the early days that was like in a, basically a, well, you could fit one car in it, couldn't you? Just about.
We could probably get two at a squeeze,
Yeah.
but you'd had to get one out during the day to work on it.
Yeah.
But it definitely was I want to say a backstreet garage, but
Yeah.
it was that kind of setup.
It was quite near here, wasn't it? Like we're in
Yeah.
Colchester,
Yeah, just on the other side of town.
the other side of town, was
Yeah.
it?
Give us a bit of a timeline on that. So back when it was like the shed, as you want to call it, when was that?
When? Oh my God.
1965?
No, definitely not 65.
It's still like that around 2001.
I want to say 90,
Yeah.
98, 97, 98,
Yeah.
something around that. That was kind of when I sort of like started doing bits and bobs there. But Jamie had obviously been doing his own cars out of an even smaller garage. So yeah, it's been a while.
So how did you get into Carisma and Jamie and stuff?
Well, it's kind of a cheat for me. I'm related to Jamie.
Oh right.
So
Through marriage or blood?
blood.
Really?
Yeah, he's my
I
cousin.
Oh.
is your cousin.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
I know, it's one of those things
Nepotism at
that
its
not everybody
finest.
really knew.
He hooks you up.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started there, I was working as a civil servant in the MOD garage, and
As you would round Colchester. I
as you do, yes,
Yeah.
Scotty
MOD
Town and all that.
Squatty Town, yeah.
And I just popped down one day, see what he was on. Turned out that he kind of needed a hand for a couple of hours, so I'd go in, do my normal day job, finish there about 4 o'clock, pop over there in the evenings.
Nice.
So that was pretty much what we worked anyway.
Yeah,
Evenings.
yeah, there were
Yeah.
a lot of nights,
Yeah.
and and then it just kind of snowballed from there. He offered me a full-time position, and I thought,
Yeah, he's when he was doing a lot of cars back then.
Yeah.
So what, he'd done the Renault 5 or something publicity-wise, it exploded.
yeah. He when I was there, he was just finishing off the Renault 5, the silver one. He'd obviously done the couple before that. He'd done the blue one, the peppermint one.
Yeah, because I get confused sometimes with because there's so many Renault 5s around that time.
Yeah.
What was the timeline of the Carisma R5s? Because there was a blue one with the yellow interior, right?
Yep, that was his second one.
Yeah.
The first one was his peppermint green with a white interior,
Yeah.
and then came the blue one, and then came the silver one.
Yeah.
The silver one had 2 or 3 reincarnations, I think.
Yeah, 2. Done
Yes.
the first one with the square arches.
Square arches, standard arches.
Exhaust out the tailgate,
Oh, yeah.
and then it went on to the round arches, which it still is.
On the 19s, wasn't it?
Yeah, first.
Which is a massive wheel for a Renault 5, of course.
So
Huge.
it was on the cover of Max Power in the first iteration of it being silver, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then when it went for the twin window
Yep.
rear, it got like a big 6-page feature in there with that nice night shoot.
Mm.
And then when it went with the chrome,
There was chrome
Trim, I
version
don't
of it,
think-
yep.
I don't think it was in Max Power as a
I don't think it
standalone
got
feature at that
featured.
point because I don't
No.
think it changed it enough maybe to
No.
warrant it. But I'm sure it probably ended up in the background of some sort of bird shoot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you you guys moved out of the shack into. It was into the big unit round the corner, the
Nice,
one that a lot
nice
of
big premises
Carisma
that is
people-
actually just up the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was a big step. That was. We had specific bays marked out, whereas beforehand it was kind of like you work in this corner, and if you can't get into the corner, you work somewhere else.
yeah.
I know each car had its bay. It became more organised and
Yeah. And like all the offices upstairs
Yeah.
and stuff. It's very cool.
yeah, great space that was.
So what were you both doing in that place? Because I guess that's when you joined, wasn't it?
I was actually there at Arton Road.
Were you?
Yeah, that's where I've done my work experience.
Oh, okay.
And then they moved and tried to hide, but I found their number.
Right,
So-
nice. Fucking.
Oh, I'm there. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay. So what year was that? 2001? No, 2002, 2003.
yeah.
Well, it's 2001 was the TVR unveiled.
Because
Oh,
I remember the first bit of work you ever stitched was on the TVR.
Wow,
Yeah, it
that's
was.
quite a baptism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the indicator stalk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So whoever buys that TVR out there, take a little look at the indicator stick. It'll probably be the bit that's unravelling.
Yeah.
The rest of the car, perfect.
After the TVR, what was it after that?
After
Porsche
TVR
time,
came
wasn't it?
Porsche. Mm.
So the TVR was like 2002, wasn't it? 2002, and then the Porsche was 2004, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And you think like all these cars, generally they were seen first at Max Power Live, huge stir, people going, oh, what are they going to build? But like every time a car came out, they're like, what?
Yeah.
They've done it again, and it's just ridiculous. And the car's got more insane and beautifully done, but the stands that you put them on were just stunning, and like the promotional staff, we'll call them that if you want to be a little bit PC, but they looked amazing, and like they got hotter, the sound systems got bigger, and it's just like
Oh yeah, we definitely
next
did
level
it
every
start.
time, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Who was responsible for like planning the little show stands and stuff from that side? Because they were awesome. Like when the Porsche was unveiled.
That was purely James.
Jeremy.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just got his design mind is insane.
Really?
He's an amazing trimmer, but the stuff that goes on in his head is bonkers.
So and that's the same with the project cars themselves, right? So while there were a few of you that might have worked on them and stuff, it was mainly his
Yeah, well, Jamie has a funny way of describing stuff, so you've got to be a certain way to understand what he's explaining. It a lot of whistles and.
Yeah, so he draws it in the air for you, and then you've got to build it.
Nothing is on paper.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, you'll be standing around the car, and all of a sudden he'll go, yeah, well, what I'm thinking is that panel should probably... And he'll just start waving his hands around, but he can see it exactly in his head where he's waving his hands.
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of relate to...
It's like learning another language.
How am I going to make that work?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's definitely an unusual way of doing things.
Yeah, it seemed to work though.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that always got me was, like, I mean, obviously Carisma was like one of the biggest names in the magazine world, right? And the number of times we'd go on features and people would be like, yeah, I want to be the next Jamie Shaw. I mean, he was like, he was a bit of a
legend.
god.
He's a god.
Yeah. I mean, there weren't many other people that kind of reached the same sort of status as him.
Yeah, totally.
He's just out of the box thinking every time.
Yeah.
Like that's what made him that good.
Yeah.
Nobody could visualise the stuff that he visualised, and the bizarre stuff we've done as well. Was just,
It was far out thinking back, wasn't it? Now I'm thinking back and thinking that's just what you boys did all the time, and I guess we got kind of used to it. But now looking back, this stuff was beautifully engineered, beautifully put together, completely wild, wasn't it? And it's like if you walked up to one of those cars now, having never seen and been through the journey with you that we had from the Renault, TVR, and Porsche and stuff, you walked up to the Porsche now, you'd be like, even to this day.
The thing is, a Porsche, when you think about it, it's 2004, and it had that wide body, like GT3 inspired everything, and the material is amazing. With I can't remember what was this audio equipment. It was like high-end Japanese.
Pioneer.
Always Pioneer with you boys, wasn't it?
Wasn't it like some high-end
stuff?
stuff?
It was all done fibre optic cables, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, probably only set outside of Japan, I would have thought.
Yeah, it was. First, and then no one else had it in the country.
And then, like 10 years on, people are starting to build wide-body Porsches and stuff, and they're going like, and you just think, you know, Carisma boys were there years before.
That's 2004.
He set the trends for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It was, it's just the way that he is. I think he's got some, he might like to say he's a bit of a god. Maybe he's got a glimpse into the future of what people are going to be doing.
Is he a time traveller?
Yeah.
We had some interesting haircuts from the future, didn't we?
Yeah, we really did.
Maybe
Don't know where you got them from.
Yeah. I guess that's why MTV came knocking and stuff.
Yeah.
What was, tell us about, because, you did Pimp My Ride UK.
With Tim Westwood. I was in the frame to present that, but then they gave it to Tim Westwood.
Really?
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm rubbish. So,
yeah. Was because how many episodes did you end up doing for that?
That went 3 series with about 8 episodes a series.
Really? So that's
and
24.
then a special for Comic Relief.
Oh, really? Did you all wear red noses?
Nice. Still got
What was the
mine.
Comic Relief?
We had to do a minibus for an old people's home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with like sort of white clean seats and stuff.
That, strangely enough, it wasn't white clean seats. I remember it vividly. It was a bright pink kind of fleece with yellow flowers.
Oh, the piss is going to soak right into that.
Where the hell do you even buy that from?
But it looked good on camera.
Yeah,
right, yeah, that's
what they
amazing.
were worried about.
Yeah.
How did you find that whole Pimp My Ride thing? Like, I mean, like 24 cars over 3 series. Like, were they ball breakers or was it hard work?
It was extremely hard work. Yeah, it took our working days from being ridiculously stupid doing Carisma project cars to crap, we can't do this no more.
Really?
Yeah.
It really.
Did you get more staff in at that point, like to deal with?
No, we didn't. Well, we brought a couple of guys in over from Ireland,
Right.
but they were only there at the start because they were running their own business out there and they could only spare a bit of time. But apart from that, it just fell down to the crew that we had.
Right.
32, 36 hours. We done one shift.
Yeah.
Full shift.
Well,
Yeah, it
that's
was.
all right, isn't it?
Yeah, stressful.
And you were paid by the hour, presumably.
Paid.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't remember seeing any checks from
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
just a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
36-hour day, that's ridiculous. That's when you need the solvents and
That's
everything.
like, that's like night before Max Power Live type
Yeah.
stuff, isn't it? Every day.
Yeah.
Last minute cram.
Yeah.
The only problem is obviously you're doing 36 hours days, and you've then got to have your day of being filmed on camera.
Yeah. Oh, no wonder you always looked a mess.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
You got to remember your lines and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's
And
ridiculous.
keep your eyes open. Oh,
Man.
I think the worst one ever was, I don't know if I can really say this, on the live launch for the beginning of one of the series, they had half a dozen cars that the people would vote to which one we did,
right.
and they actually did a live launch from the workshop.
Oof.
So there we were working away, and audiences were all outside. Someone stupidly brought in a bottle of vodka.
You look at him.
Looking back and watching the programme back, you can see at the certain stages of how much vodka was left in the bottle.
Nice.
Come the end of the programme, he was propped up against the wall, kind of a little bit incoherent.
Really. And in
But,
the background there was just an empty bottle.
Yeah,
That's how we
Live
worked through
TV,
it.
man. I mean, no one wants to do live TV.
that was horrible.
Yeah,
Well,
your
that's
trimmers and
why
stuff.
you need
Yeah.
vodka to get through it.
Yeah,
It's
take the edge off.
Thing, right?
The amount of dirty looks we were getting from the producers of MTV.
Yeah.
We sort of asked, we sort of said to them, like, do you mind if we have a drink? Well, we don't really want you to, but we can't stop you.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
the worst thing to
Yeah,
say.
it's
Yeah.
like green light that
You
is.
could have at least
Away you
lied
go.
to us.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, no, you're not allowed. Okay. But no, we did. We got pretty battered that day. It's good fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you boys partied reasonably hard back in the day. Yeah. What's any endearing memories from sort of Max Power shows or any of those big ones from the old days? Like, I don't know. I mean, Santa Pod was always Ultimate Streetcar was always a nasty one, wasn't it? And,
Yeah. Yeah, there was one Ultimate Streetcar. We got there at about 11, and we were battered by 1, 2.
Probably.
It's 11 in the morning.
No, 11 at night.
Oh, you got there a bit later, did you?
Yeah, we've been working, I think.
I think so,
I think I remember seeing you lot coming through the crowd towards me, and I went, "Ooh!"
It started with it ended the night with a Royal Rumble on the drag strip, everyone biting each other, and yeah, chaos.
you like getting bitten, don't you?
You're quite biteable, mate.
Ah, thank you.
You know,
Got
it's
that
nice.
biteable kind of vibe.
Yeah.
or stabby.
Stabby, yeah.
That's another story, right?
That's
Yeah.
another
Thank you, Richard.
Okay, partying aside, like project cars, I mean, you worked on loads of cars, everyone wanted their cars trimmed by Carisma and stuff. Is there any, what's the kind of, like, if you could have one of those old project cars that you worked on back, or like, you know, what's your number one kind of car? What's your kind of endearing memory of something that was a bit groundbreaking outside of the Carisma project cars?
I don't know if I could actually choose one. They were all so cool.
You got to. That was the question.
I think the most epic one that we done was the Caliber Coachworks Astra.
Yeah.
That's a famous car.
Yeah, it's quite hot, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what you did there. Nice. He's not just a pretty bit in the face, is he?
Pretty bit in place, yeah. No, that was a lovely interior. That had a lot of buttons.
Lots of buttons, lots of gauges.
Yeah.
I think I had there's like 6 gauges in the kick panel as you got in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it's quite dangerous to get into as well
Yeah.
without breaking anything.
It's
But
amazing actually when you think back to these interiors, like all the stuff that was in them. I mean, I always remember the TBR when I first sat in that, and it's like gauges firing up all over the place, because they're all digital ones, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, red.
I mean, that's a good job just getting them all to work, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
big time.
I don't know. I think if I would have to choose one, if I would have one that I would want myself, I remember we did a DC5 for Castrol,
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I remember that.
Japanese
remember that.
samurai one.
Yeah.
Wasn't as keen on the samurai graphics down the side.
Yeah.
The interior, I just remember that it was full of subs in the back, wasn't it? There was
64
road.
speakers on the floor. So it
Yeah.
went floor, literally front of the floor to the rear of the boot was Blaupunk
Yeah,
speakers that all
Blaupunk speakers,
had
yeah.
lit up white.
Nice. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. I wouldn't mind that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
They gave that away in the end.
I think
Yeah.
so.
That's one we need to track down then.
Yeah.
Try and find another one that's probably rotting away in the backyard somewhere. What about Project Slam? Because you know that was
The best.
that was a bit of a work, wasn't it?
Yeah. There weren't many people putting a telly that size in the back.
No.
with spinny seats.
Yeah, so you could turn around and watch it.
Yeah, yeah, great car. I think the thing I remember most about that is it had the most bizarre sub box in the back, because it had, was it a 15?
Yeah.
15-inch sub, but we had all the amps ringed and you couldn't raise it or anything, so I ended up building the most peculiar shaped sub box that sat in the
In the
spare
wheel well, yeah.
I can't remember how it sounded. It sounded alright.
Probably not.
Look good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, look good. I mean, there's a lot of love for the Renault Firehouse. I think probably is the most loved car that you guys ever built, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
is that still around anymore?
It is still about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell you where, but
Okay.
it is still about.
Yeah, she's
Have
in
you seen it
storage.
recently?
Probably 4 or 5 years ago, when it went into storage.
Okay.
And it's still in the chrome.
No, it's silver. I painted that.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's back to silver.
Yeah, it's Honda Civic. It's a Civic EP3 car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that what colour it was before?
No, it was a different silver. It had a sort of a flip to it. This is just a coarse metallic silver. There,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Are we ever going to see it again?
Who knows?
Come on, you-
There's only
You
one
must-
person that can answer that.
Yeah.
And where is he?
Previous engagements.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard loads of stories about him. He's
Yeah,
been
I've heard
having
a
a
lot-
great life from
I've
what
heard a
I've
lot of
heard.
stories.
Yeah.
Well, we could ask you what's the truth, but like
I don't
It's
think
more
we-
fun.
most of the stories aren't anywhere near true, right?
No, nowhere near true. Jamie's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Wife, kid.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, enjoying
Did he
it.
name it Dan?
Yeah, I think he might. It actually looks a bit like you.
How does that work?
Tall and ginger, poor little bugger.
Like Chingri.
Well, we're glad he's fine. People always ask about him, don't they?
Everyone else around him.
Yeah.
So
You know, so that's good.
There's been talks with him about getting the Renault out, doing some stuff, but obviously you've got to remember that now the capable work that he's doing now, how capable he is doing the work, is a lot better than what he used to be.
Better
Really?
than that? Come on. How
So-
good can he be?
I mean, you're pretty good at trimming.
I'm getting there.
How?
I mean, this looks great.
if you, that's a really lovely seat. That. If you rated yourself out of 10 and then rated Jamie's level now out of 10, how would you score?
I can't rate myself, Jesus.
Okay, I'll give you an 8. If I was giving you an 8 out of 10, what would you give Jamie?
12.
What?
Yeah, he's learnt so much more because the stuff he's doing now is for £1 million Rolls Royce and Bentley stuff. He's won a couple of shows at what's the beach in America?
Huntington Beach.
Yeah, he's won a couple of best interiors there with his stuff that he's doing.
Wow.
So the stuff, what we do is modern stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
it. We do some old stuff, but he's literally learning how to trim from Rolls Royce and Bentley from the 1930s, 1940s.
Oh, wow.
So the
Proper
knowledge
old
is,
school mastery.
Yeah, going through like they tack things, they use pin hammers and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
So
if he's won awards in America where that scene is huge and massively well funded and stuff, he must be, well, best of the best, really, I suppose.
yeah, I don't think there'll ever be a better trimmer than Jamie.
He always has been best of the best, but now he's better than the best.
Can't
Wow.
work that out.
That's like Superman on steroids
Wow.
or something.
Yeah.
Like,
So he's not holed up in some cave somewhere. He's just trimming amazing, beautiful old cars.
Yep.
Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
so what about Carisma? Is that, I mean, the name kind of lingers in ways, but like Carisma is Carisma, is that ever going to come back?
I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
I think the only way it gets recognised now is when you reminisce about the good old days.
Which they were good old
They
days,
were
weren't
great
they?
days, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, yeah, they were great.
I think
Yeah.
it's almost with the Carisma brand and what we've done. I think if you were to try and redo it, it'd be like driving your car that you loved when you were a kid and going, oh,
Yeah.
it's not
It's
as
not
good
the
as
same.
what I
Yeah, a
remember
bit
it
like
being."
Max Power, and if you try to
Yeah. Madness. Who'd do that?
Revamping stuff from the
Yeah.
old days.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a rubbish idea. We need to have a real serious think about our lives.
Yeah. Oh, we started now, mate, so might as well crack on.
Yeah, might as well.
You know what I mean? It's all good, isn't
Get
it?
some cups of tea out of it, don't we?
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
all good.
It's nice bickies.
And so, what are you both doing now? Because Stu, you're still. Well, this is your
trimming.
unit,
Yep,
right?
this is my little place.
Tell Time for the free plug.
Still trimming. DS Trim Shack at DS Trim Shack on the gram.
It's very good.
I try. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of old Porsches lately.
Nice.
A lot of restos. Not so much the custom work that we used to do.
But if someone came to you and said, "I've got a
Big
Fiesta
budget.
and I want to do something mental in the back,"
I can still have my mental moments.
Yeah,
nice.
Definitely.
yeah. Bit of wacky tobacco and off you go.
I wouldn't endorse that in
No,
any kind of way.
absolutely not, me neither. No. And that's what you're missing at the moment. You're doing
What,
beautiful
wacky
work. I've got some on the car. You're missing the creative custom side, aren't you?
Yes,
Which you
yeah.
got to do a lot of charisma.
Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that we used to do at Carisma, it was just groundbreaking.
Yeah.
You know? And don't get me wrong, I like what I'm doing now. I have not a problem with restoring someone's favourite little car.
Yeah.
But for me, the involvement needs to be a little bit more on the creative side.
Yeah. That's what you're used to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, we'll be bringing you a project car then.
I look
Yeah.
forward to it.
Yeah, nice. Excellent. And you're heading off to Malta, right?
Yes, so I have a company on Instagram as well, SMP Design.
Let's check it out.
Go check that out. Been lucky enough to build some beautiful interiors over the past 4 years.
He did my mate's Porsche interior. It was very nice.
That's my first one I've done by myself.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
bless you.
Without my hand being held by Jamie.
Yeah. Oh, good job, mate.
So yeah, built some really nice cars over the time that I've done it, but obviously my hands and stuff and just warmer climates.
Yeah, he's got a bit of the old arthritis, unfortunately.
Yeah, so just the car scene's just not what it was. I'm lucky enough to build some custom stuff that's to my own design and that sort of thing, but people don't want to spend the money and they don't want to step out either. There's such a following at the minute for air and wheels and like just a standard trim, and it's going to take somebody to go, hold on a minute, let's, like you guys,
Excellent.
let's sort this out and get some batty shit going back.
So if we reinvigorate it and make people go batty, then you'll come back.
I don't know, it's quite hot and lovely out in Malta, to be
Yeah,
fair.
and you're saying the birds are quite nice out there, right?
Maybe.
They are. They definitely are. I've been over there twice.
So you're building something at the moment as well, aren't you? Or is that top secret? So I'm not going to say anything.
Yes, I am. Thanks.
Fine. So on that is it.
That's to keep it a surprise.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
fair enough. That's,
You know.
that's the problem with the internet nowadays, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, actually, when the TVR came out, and it was like, there were kind of rumours and stuff, but no one had really seen it, and then it just launched.
Yeah, I think
I
that.
remember someone did get a sneaky video.
Did
from
they?
it. Yeah.
If ever we were building a show car, we'd have to shut the doors and put it in a corner because people would come in and take pictures because they wanted to tell everyone. And I think that sort of that hype of stuff that we don't get now.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, look what I'm building, snap, oh great, how many lights you get? Oh,
Yeah.
it sort of goes like that. Whereas I want to be a bit more private about it, because especially with like keyboard warriors, if you're doing something that's real different, and looking at that negativity, you might then change your mind and go like, well, whereas if I build it for me, and then if people like it, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Absolutely.
That's fair enough. But I don't have to worry about the process and it being changed by other people's opinions.
Yeah. So we spoke to Andy Barnes from Sumo the other day, and he was talking about stuff being pure.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, if you're building it without the influence from anyone else saying like, oh, why are you putting 28-inch wheels on your car or whatever.
Yeah.
You just build it how you want to build it, what your vision is, and then unleash it and say, there it is, take it or leave it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the best way, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And people won't build stuff like with the Instagram phases and stuff. Although it's really nice and people doing stuff and it's good to see. Just people will build it because somebody said, "Oh, that looks really nice," or "Why don't you do it this way?" And then that's why we're getting so much stuff that's the same.
Yeah.
Because it's just people regurgitating their ideas onto other people, and they're sort of like, "Oh, I got more likes because of this or whatever." Whereas if you just build it, it's your own thing. You haven't got to worry about anyone else's opinion. Put it up. It's built. You can't change it.
Yeah. And if you enjoy it at the end and no one likes it on Instagram, and you get like post picture, you get 2 likes and 5 comments saying that's shit. if you like it, it doesn't matter, does
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Money well spent, time well spent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not looking at Instagram when you're driving round pulling skids in the Maltese sunshine, are you? You know what I mean?
No, that's it.
Exactly.
But you shouldn't be, because like,
Well, that's
distracted
dangerous.
driving,
Yeah,
it's
it's like on the doobies and all
can't
that.
endorse that.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's terrible.
So what's next for you and this place then? We're just going to get some project cars down here for you. And is Colchester going to become the hub of like modified maxing cars
Yes,
again?
it was.
There's no reason why not.
There is no reason why not, and you never know. Like if everyone starts doing it again, Jamie might come back out and play, mightn't he? You never know.
I reckon we'll see him again. I don't know. Maybe not in the big, in-your-face, famous style, but if he's chilling out great work and he wants to start telling people about it, then
Yeah, you got to think with Jamie, he was in the spotlight for so long,
yeah.
and then he's got out of it, and he's sort of realised how quiet his life is. It's
Yeah.
nice, and he's enjoying himself. Like he was judged a lot back then.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
There's a lot of pressure as well. You think, oh, he just builds great cars, but there's a shitload of effort that goes into all that, and running a big business and looking after you reprobates and whatever.
And he was about as famous as he got, wasn't he? So like you go to a show and like people would, you know, it's like you can't just go and enjoy a show.
He couldn't walk around things like Max Live.
Yeah,
I remember.
He would get flocked, and you know, people want pictures. They want him to sign his tits or whatever. God,
That was me. Sorry.
He told me
I'm a
a
real
story
fan.
once of he was at a show and he heard somebody say, "That's the same jumper he had on last show." So from that he just wouldn't wear the same clothes to the same shows. So that's the sort of pressure that you're
God,
under.
that's